question his leadership abilities. But Ben Roethlisberger does it, and nobody says anything. Ty Haley, hey Ben, newsflash, you've had some of your best seasons under the tutelage of Ty Haley, and you ran him out of town. Mike Tomlin has covered for your often injured, choking when it counts ass on a regular basis, and he catches mad heat for it. So Ben, do yourself, do your locker room, and do everybody who's listening a favor, and shut the hell up, man. Sit your ass on the end of the bench with that nonsense. And people need to start calling out Ben, man. It's cool when Ben does it. It's see, just like in the shop. Here's another point that LeBron James stepped on in the shop the other day. If he tells somebody no, he ain't doing it, he needs to be thankful. If Big Ben kicks another teammate in his ass, it's no problem. But if one of the bros did it, like I said, man, we'll be talking about that till the cows come home. And why is that acceptable? I don't understand. I really don't understand. Mainstream media ain't tripping. It's just like, again, another instance where when you the fair-haired quarterback and everybody loves you, you get a pass. Tom Brady, for the last two of the last three interviews, remember in the NBA Finals, LeBron stormed off. He looked crazy as hell, grabbing his purse and leaving with some damn floods on. But that's neither here nor there. LeBron James stormed off in the middle of a press conference. They are still talking about that now. I'm not even going to mention the dude who I believe, again, I'm not saying that he is, it's just my assumption that he's a white supremacist. Skip Bayless makes every excuse and every turn for Tom Brady. He killed LeBron for walking out and ending the press conference abruptly and called him a diva and said he's LeBron and he needs to do that. Brady hangs up on a gig where he's paid twice. Nobody says anything. Nobody wants to talk about the potential BS that's going on in New England because nobody wants to talk about that. And it's crazy, man. And it just gets on my damn nerves. Everybody, you can pretend that you don't understand. You can talk the talk and all that nonsense. It's cool, man. It's cool. But those who have eyes will see. Those who have ears will hear. And we are seeing and hearing the hypocrisy that's going on in the NFL. Big Ben, stay out of grown people business. And Tom, if everybody else got to stand there and take the fire, like when everybody got mad at Cam after the Super Bowl, you need to be able to stand there and take the fire too. After all, that radio station is paying you cash money to take those tough questions. You knew when your ass got up that morning, it was radio day, you were gonna have to answer a question. Why is your witch doctor back on the plane? So for you to get up and get mad, look, man, if it's a haze around you, it ain't no problem when that haze around you and people asking questions when you winning. It's just, when you losing, I don't know, man, this, that, and the third. No, you got to answer these questions, rain or shine, Tom. So look, either man up or don't tell me no more about time versus Tom, and don't give me no more of that BS about, what's that other nines, that time versus Tom and that TB12 method. Don't give me none of that. Because like Rob Parker said, I'm disappointed in my homie Rob Parker. Got mad love for him. I'm a gigantic fan of Rob Parker, but I'm disappointed in him. But like Rob Parker said, it's only cool to talk about what you want to talk about when you promoting something. But see, again, this was the point of the shop. Everybody's feet are not held to the fire with the same weight. It's a lot of people whose feet are just held to the fire and nobody's paying attention. They just warm their feet up. Oh, well, this is what it is. Oh, okay. No, either you down or you not. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. Either you in or you out. You're going to criticize everybody unilaterally, or you're not going to criticize anybody. But back to Ben, shut the hell up, like I said, and keep it moving. Now, the big story of the day when it comes to the National Football League. The former Defensive Player of the Year, former top draft pick, is traded out of Oakland into Chicago. Now, when you are from Chicago and you're a Chicago Bear fan, you're going to get this. And when you're not, you're going to get because it is to most people it is a true mystery on why the Chicago Bears are now the employer of one Khalil Mack. I'm going to tell you why on paper, why Khalil Mack is a Bear. Khalil Mack is a Bear, and I've said this on the last two shows, because the Raiders are a cash-poor organization. What I mean by cash-poor organization is this. They are a cash-poor organization simply because they don't have cash on hand. Can they afford Khalil Mack? Yes, they can, in the true sense of afford. But they don't have the actual cash, because when you sign someone to a long-term deal, what happens with that long-term deal is this. You get the long-term deal. Let's say it is a guaranteed $45 million. This is the average player or above average player. Guaranteed $45 million. Now you got a guaranteed $45 million going to this player. You must put that money in an escrow account. And when you put that money in an escrow account, what happens is this. It secures the fact that that player will get his money forever. The Raiders don't have $80 million to put in the escrow account because they don't have luxury seats. They don't have the additional revenue that you need to be a functioning NFL team. Now I know it's a lot of people going, hey man, they a professional football team. They got the money. They don't. They don't have the money on hand. And on paper, that's why Khalil Mack is not a Oakland Raider. Now, is that Khalil Mack's fault? Hell no. That is Mark Davis's fault, and that is John Gruden's fault. I put that at 60% Mark Davis, because you should be able to handle your finances better than that, because I understand the fact that you're paying the relocation fee and you don't have these things, and you don't have the finances on hand that it takes to run a business of that stature. I get it. And a lot of this is due to your father's mismanagement of funds. I get that. I'm not tripping. I understand. That's just life in sports sometimes. I'm not crying you no river or nothing like that. I'm just saying what it is. Now, when you're looking at it like that, you also have to understand that with Mark Davis not doing what he has to do, John Gruden, as the head coach, as the $100 million man, as a dude who has a large stake in players coming and going, you should have reached that. You are the face of the franchise. Not Reggie McKenzie. Reggie McKenzie is the brains of the franchise. You, my friend John Gruden, are the face of the franchise. And this is why I wasn't so happy when they rehired you. Because people look at that the situation and go, hey, Khalil Mack should come in. And at the end of the day, Khalil Mack should have come in. He should have. As a show of good faith, he should have come in. But John Gruden, you being the face of the franchise, you should have reached out to Khalil Mack. You should have been a dude saying, hey, Khalil, we really want you here. But John Gruden don't want people there like that. He don't want people there that elk. The reason he don't want people there that elk is because when you have people there of that elk, he's no longer the center point. John Gruden liked being Chucky. John Gruden liked being the centerpiece. John Gruden is a jackass, if you ask me. And he went down to Tampa Bay, won with Tony Dungy. He is the true sense of when y'all always say, hey man, Mark Jackson deserves to get a ring because of Golden State. Y'all say Doug Collins deserved this. And there's a few other coaches. Tony Dungy owns that ring. Now, I disagree in most cases, but the fact that Tony Dungy went to he went to the Indianapolis Colts and won the Super Bowl, that lets me know Tony Dungy knew what he was doing. John Gruden went down there with a loaded deck and said, okay, what it is, and promptly won the Super Bowl, beating the Oakland Raiders in the Super Bowl because the coach that the Raiders had was not astute enough. Again, like I said later on in the show, we're going to talk about that. He was not astute enough to put himself in a better situation. How are you using the playbook against the dude who wrote the playbook? That's why some people are designed to be assistant coaches and some people are designed to be head coaches. I've been saying that for years and I'm going to die saying it. It is what it is. It ain't what it used to be, homie. But John Gruden, and then, look. John Gruden is also the guy who told us Tim Tebow could work in the NFL. John Gruden is the guy that told us that Johnny Manziel could work in the NFL. So this leads me to believe in regards to player personnel situations, John Gruden does not have a clue. Now, if you wanted to run your organization from the coaching aspect, I'm down with that. Look, the Raiders were doing just fine before John got there with Reggie McKenzie. Now, Reggie McKenzie missed on both coaches. But you know what? Tell you what. Give me a coach that'll give me the best players versus a coach that will give me the best leaders. I mean, a GM to give me the best leadership and not players and give me some sketchy leadership. I'll take that because I can replace a coach. It's easier for me to replace a coach than it is to continuously miss on draft picks. Which basically what I'm saying is, would you want to be the Raiders with a bunch of talent and no leadership, or the Detroit Lions with no leadership or talent? Give me the Raiders because you can make a mistake and get a good coach. You can talk to people and get a good coach. When you can't pick the right player, that's your ass, man. It's over. It's a wrap. So John Gruden, I'm looking at you, bro, and I'm saying you didn't call Khalil Mack. You didn't have a conversation with Khalil Mack. You didn't say, hey, bro, we need you here. We this, we that. We looking forward to working with you. You just let it fall to the wayside. And if you were the head coach not stepping up to the best player on the team and telling him you down, how is the best player on the team? See, this is the same Kawhi Leonard, Greg Popovich thing. Nobody's talking about how Greg Popovich and R.C. Buford handled this wrong, just like there's very few people that are talking about John Gruden handled this wrong. John Gruden's supposed to have been on the phone with the agent. John Gruden's supposed to have been on the phone with Khalil Mack. John Gruden's supposed to pull the Popovich at the end and flew in and say, Mack, we need you, bro. We need you in here. But guess what? He's gone now, and it ain't nobody's fault but John Gruden. See, it's easy to sit around, oh man, Chucky and all that nonsense. Well, my man does not have a fucking clue. And y'all can keep swinging the pom-poms for him, watching his balls, talking about, hey man, John Gruden, man, check him out, man. I'm telling you, John Gruden is an overrated hack. And I'm being 1,000% honest. That's how I feel. I think, what's good, Angry Black Man? What's poppin', Daddy? Welcome aboard, Angry Black Man. Man, y'all gotta check Angry Black out. I'm telling y'all, one of the dopest shows on Spreaker. Holla at your boy. If you're not following him, follow him. But like I said, John Gruden did not reach out to Khalil Mack. He did not make him feel welcome. Therefore, Khalil Mack is now with the Chicago Bears. And I'm hoping, and I do believe hoping, that the Chicago Bears are going to do what's right. And what's right is put $80 million in that same escrow account that the Raiders wouldn't do and make sure Khalil Mack is here for into perpetuity. If you watch the show, you know that your boy picked the Chicago Bears to win that division. With the addition of Khalil Mack and with the coach Andy Reid's coaching tree at the helm of that offense and defense, I do believe that the Chicago Bears are primed to be one of the teams that's going to shake up the world. If you don't believe me, I'll let your boy. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here September, October, November, December, January, and February. If I'm wrong, hit the inbox, or you know what? Like I said, man, I'm even taking calls, man. I'm opening up the phone lines. It's kind of slow. It's a Saturday. It's usually slow on Saturday. The number is 773-797-2409. 773-797-2409. Holler at your boy if you want to talk to me in regards to anything that I'm talking about. But let's get this cracking in regards to the divisional races. I'm gonna start off with the AFC least, because that's what they are. They're the worst team. This is the worst division in football every single solitary year. Looked like they were on the uptick and then they dismantled this situation, but they continue to put their foot in their mouths. But I do believe it's going to be a slight shift in power this year. The reason I believe it's going to be a slight shift in power is because there are too many holes in this New England Patriot boat. You can stick your finger in the hole and stop things. You can only do that for so long. You can have a genius. You know, Bill Belichick is an evil genius. He's running things. You want him to run your organization. I've heard all the platitudes and the cliches. But you know what? At some point, that boat docks. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but there will be a slight shift. I'm telling you, Sam Darnold is the new Eli Manning.